My name's Claire, and I'm here to talk about family safety tips to preventing sexual abuse. A lot of folks believe that you can't be teaching about sexual abuse until a kid is older. However, the tips that I'm going to cover can be adapted and are relevant to every age, including younger kids. So let's get started with those 5 key topics that are recommended for parents to be talking about with their kids. Number 1 is accurate names for private parts. Using specific and accurate terms for private parts is really important to developing a sense of control and responsibility over your body. It also increases the likelihood that a kid can tell you if they're experiencing any pain or if somebody has touched them and or if something harmful has happened to them. Number 2, private parts are private. Explain that private parts are not meant to be touched or shown in front of other people. Clarify exceptions to this rule, such as doctors, and add that no matter who it is, kids should tell an adult if anyone is touching their body, makes them feel uncomfortable, or they feel unsafe. Okay, so let's move on to number 3, which is secrets versus surprises. Define a secret as something that you are not supposed to tell someone, and how that's different from a surprise, which is when you're just simply waiting to tell someone about something. Discuss how secrets can be harmful, and telling a trusted adult about a secret is key to getting help and the support that you need. Reassure kids that they will not be in trouble if they do end up telling you a secret. So number 4, bodily autonomy and boundaries. Model by example and tell kids regularly that their body is theirs and they get to choose what happens to their body. As they grow, explain that people have different boundaries and that we should respect someone's boundaries even if they are different from our own, and that sometimes those boundaries change over time as we get older. So the last one is talking about consent with kids. Define what consent means and talk about what it looks and feels like. Consent is getting permission from someone to do something. Regularly ask your child for their consent and encourage them to ask for consent from other family members and their friends. Remind them to wait for the answer and listen for a yes. Remind them that if someone says yes originally but then changes their mind, that is okay and that we are going to respect their choice even if it feels disappointing. Okay, so moving right along to the second half of our tips for today. So number 6 through 10. These are primarily for adults to be considering and are less about learning objectives to be talking with kids directly about. So number 6, know the people in your kid's social circle. Get to know the people your children are spending time with. So that includes playmates and their parents, that includes neighbors and relatives and school staff, whoever it is. Pay close attention if or when someone is showing your kid a great deal of attention and or is giving them gifts. And talk about these people with your kids. Get a sense of what that relationship is looking like from their end. Number 7, talk about daily plans and supervision. Make sure you know where your children are and plan ways to check in with them. Make it a rule that they check in with you when they arrive at or depart from a location or when there is a change in plans. And make sure your kids know that this applies to other relatives supervising them. Number 8, make time for the big and the small talks with kids. Make time every day for your child to talk about anything that they want to talk about. Really listen and encourage them to share their concerns and their problems with you. Avoid judgment or jumping to conclusions or trying to fix problems for them, and instead practice solving problems together. Okay, so moving on to number 9, which is help your kids identify safe adults to talk to. Ask your children what adults they feel safe and supported with, and how can you nurture those relationships with those other adults. And we encourage it to be with different adults from different areas of your kids' lives. So that might mean church, sports, school, your neighborhood, other relatives, whoever it is. Help them nurture that relationship and help role model what that relationship can look like. And then display their phone numbers on a designated place at home so that your kids feel encouraged to reach out to those people. Number 10, make safety a priority with care providers. Screen babysitters and caregivers by asking for and checking references. Ask questions about how they keep kids safe and what they know about body safety rules. Talk to all the babysitters about rules you have at home, including boundaries and consent, and plan to check in with them the first few times that you are away. Afterward, make sure that you ask your child about their experiences and listen carefully to their responses. It's important to be understanding what that relationship is looking like from your kid's perspective to make sure that their body is being respected and that boundaries are being followed. And those are the 10 family safety tips that we have included on a handout. If you're interested in reviewing the handout, we have that available on our website. Please don't hesitate to reach out to CARE's prevention team if you want to learn more about these tips.